Good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to our live stream where the Liberty Blue Jays will compete against the Lee Summit North Broncos. They will be facing head-to-head with an equally as talented team.
The name Liberty Wrestling is a popular one in the world of high school sports, as they have been a national ranking team for years under Dustin Brewer's coaching, last year placing in the top 20 schools in the nation and undisputedly the best in Missouri's Class 4. Currently, Liberty is ranked as the first team in the state yet again.
That is right, Sam, but just as much as the Blue Jays have made a name for themselves, the Broncos have risen to the challenge within the past few years. Speaking of this, they recently have took the win over Blue Springs, winning 52-19. This will be a good matchup.
This is true, however, I must say, Grace, I'm very excited to see how tonight turns out against two powerful teams. The duel will begin with a single match from the girls as Liberty's Julia Breeden and Lee Summit North's Caddy Rice face off in the first varsity match of tonight, happening currently.
I'm happy to see girls wrestling programs on the rise, but with that being said, it is still fairly new to some schools. So this can explain why there are so many open matches on the floor tonight for girls varsity.
Without further ado, let's see what Liberty can make of tonight's exciting duel. I'm Sam Bruisman.
And I'm Grace Halter. You are streaming KLHS.
Now Liberty just took the win over Lee Summit North by pin, putting Liberty in good standing to start off tonight's duel.
At 170 pounds, Lee Summit North is open. For Liberty, Izzy Talib.
Liberty currently going on the match to accept their open matches on the girls' end of things. As I stated, we only had one girls' match from tonight, with Julia Breeden facing off against Callie Rice. Now, if you take a look at the scoreboard, you can see these open matches have already caused a huge lead for Liberty over Lee Summit North, currently 30-0 because of their first win and continued open matches.
At 105 pounds, Lee Summit North is open. For Liberty, Tabitha Short.
You'll notice this number exponentially grows. Now it's up to 42.
And at 110 pounds, Lee Summit North is open.
3 points for each open match.
Breeden.
And yet another, bringing us up 45-0 over Lee Summit North. 48-0, my apologies, over Lee Summit North on the girls' end of things.
Our next match in 5 minutes will be the boys varsity match.
And just like that, Liberty takes the win over Lee Summit North with a single matchup tonight, 48-0. Over the span of the next 5 minutes, the Liberty boys will prepare to face off against the Lee Summit North Broncos.
The cool thing about the Liberty girls varsity wrestling team is the fact that there's 4 Breeden sisters that are on the same team. That is crazy.
I can imagine that gives all 4 of them a huge advantage being able to practice against each other.
I agree, Sam.
Our community of Liberty is important to us, and ensuring that the next generation of leadership is intact is one of our top priorities. To do our part, the Wheeler Home Team gives away a monthly leadership award for an outstanding student athlete that demonstrates excellence on the field or court, in the classroom, and in the community, as well as an annual scholarship of $2,000 to a senior athlete that exemplifies the leadership year award. Earthside Homes is developing communities of affordable homes with exceptional craftsmanship and enduring value. Get the home of your dreams at Earthside Homes. Visit our website at earthsidekc.com for more information. Jimmy John's is your freaky fast, freaky fresh sandwich shop in Liberty. They bake bread fresh, slice the meats and veggies fresh, and make this up so fast you'll freak. Stop by Jimmy John's after the game or order online at jimmyjohns.com. Liberty Education Foundation is investing in the bright futures of all LPS students. Learn more and support their mission by visiting libertyeducationfoundation.org. LTN Global Communications, a proud education partner of the Liberty School District and broadcast journalism and sportsmen. Education Today for the strong. NU Orthopedics and Liberty Hospital are working together to bring you the most advanced orthopedic and sports medicine care in the North. Together, our orthopedic surgeons can treat everything from sports injuries to joint replacements. And new to the team is a foot and ankle specialist, Dr. Nathan Goss. To learn more about NU Orthopedics at Liberty Hospital, visit libertyhospital.org/NU. Liberty RV, Kansas City's most affordable and friendly RV dealer, is here to you. With a wide selection of RVs and campers, you will have no problem finding the RV and camper of your choice. They also refill propane tanks for all your grilling and outdoor food needs. Liberty RV, the best RV dealer for your money. This fall, Sheridan's has the seasonal pumpkin pie concrete. Visit your local Sheridan's on 291 Highway to enjoy this tasty treat. William Schultz is named among America's best colleges by U.S. News and World Report, Washington Monthly, Money, Forbes, Kiplingers Personal Finance, and the Princeton Review. William Jewell College. Silo Construction is a proud sponsor of the Liberty Blue Jays. Looking to build your dream home? Bring all your nesting needs to us. Go Blue Jays. Rancho Grande of Liberty has the best seasoned chefs who will prepare for you the finest Mexican cuisine. Offering dine-in, catering, and curbside pickup, it is truly the best Mexican food this side of the border. Rancho Grande. If you've been hurt in a work or car accident and need an injury lawyer, take it from the clients that have left Northland Injury Law 5-star reviews. The lawyers at Northland Injury Law are down to earth, easy to work with, concerned, and caring. Let Spencer Financial put together your winning financial game. We will organize, project, and grow your assets using your own unique offensive and defensive philosophy. Spencer Financial. Create a win tomorrow with a great financial game plan today.
Going on, Jays. We're back as the boys prepare to face off in tonight's matchup of Liberty versus Lee Summit North.
Clear the mats.
They are now clearing the mats to get started. This should be a great matchup. I can't wait to see the results.
Absolutely. Tonight's matchup will be starting off with the freshman from Liberty, Cade Dunn, facing off against the sophomore from Lee Summit North, Zach Shearer.
Before we announce the matchups, please rise for the playing of our national anthem. matchups for tonight's meet. At 106 pounds, for Lee Summit North, Zach Shearer.
First matchup of tonight, 106 pounds, we have Liberty's Cade Dunn facing off against Zach Shearer.
At 113 pounds, for Lee Summit North, Henry Cole. And for Liberty, Devon Harrison. At 120 pounds, for Lee Summit North, Charlie Knights.
Now, Grace, as I mentioned before, both teams on the mat right now are very well-decorated teams, having many members who have competed in state and national championships.
Asher Feldhaus. And for Liberty, Cooper Ryder. At 132 pounds, for Lee Summit North, Andrew Abernathy. And for Liberty, Jaden Halter. At 138 pounds, for Lee Summit North, Peyton Cole. And for Liberty, Pedro Davis.
Now, as I mentioned before, both of these teams are very good. However, Liberty has a slight advantage from the get-go, having 2 open matches over Lee Summit North, already giving them a 6-point advantage that's going to be added on towards the end as both are heavier matches.
150 pounds for Lee Summit North, Colton Baxter. And for Liberty, Colby McLean. At 157 pounds for Lee Summit North, Luke Steinbrugge. And for Liberty, Carson Rodick. At 165 pounds for Lee Summit North, Gage Trammell. And for Liberty, Isaiah Hung. At 175 pounds, Lee Summit North is open. For Liberty, Peyton Westfall. At 190 pounds, for Lee Summit North, Zach Coonsey. And for Liberty, Donovan Hodges. At 215 pounds, for Lee Summit North, Hank Natali. And for Liberty, Brooks Lawson. And at 285 pounds, Lee Summit North is open. For Liberty, Trenton Bindle. Tonight's match will start at 126 pounds.
Starting off, we will have Cooper Ryder facing Asher Fieldhouse. Senior against a sophomore. This should be quite interesting.
Absolutely, Grace. I'm excited to see how this match turns out. For those of you who didn't hear us previously, we were starting our match off at 126 pounds with a senior Cooper Ryder facing off against the sophomore Asher Fieldhouse.
The first match at 126 pounds for Lee Summit North, Asher Feldhaus. And for Liberty, Cooper Ryder.
Looking on the mat, you can see significant energy on both sides, both teams. You could tell this is going to be a heated matchup tonight, folks. This match already starting off quick. Liberty securing a headlock. Cooper attempting to get behind his opponent for a takedown, which he does so successfully for 2 points, securing an early lead for Liberty. Lee Summit North doing what he can to break out of Liberty's grasp. However, Liberty applies the pressure. Lee Summit North now sprawled out on the mat. Liberty attempting a half Nelson for a pin. Getting some leverage on Lee Summit North. However, Lee Summit North was able to break free for an escape. Attempting a single leg takedown. However, Liberty got out of it. Now locked into a headlock against Lee Summit North. Liberty breaking free and getting a takedown on Lee Sub North. Sprawling him out on the mat, going for the half Nelson yet again. Liberty getting a hold of Lee Summon North's arm, making it much more difficult for Lee Summon North to get out.
Asher is scrambling, trying to break free.
Liberty's doing a fantastic job of staying above his opponent. However, they are out of bounds. Liberty up by 3. Score 4-1, Liberty's favor.
22 seconds until the next round.
Liberty does a great job taking down his opponent quickly yet again. Trying to find leverage for a pin. Liberty getting below his opponent for the takedown, and that is a pin. Never mind, folks, we ran out of time. However, that was a near fall on Liberty, giving them 2 more points for a 6-1 lead. Liberty now on bottom. Liberty with a quick start, attempting an escape. However, Lee Summon North was able to grab onto his leg, making things much more difficult. It appears that Liberty's using this to his advantage, attempting a reversal, which he does so successfully for a takedown. Lee Summon North yet again on the bottom, trying to find a way to get back up. Score now 9-1, with 1:30 remaining in the matchup. Liberty now having a significant lead, is taking his time, waiting for a good opening to pin his opponent, which he finds. However, Lee Summon North is making this more than difficult. Near fall called. Opponent's out of bound. Lee Summon North yet again on the bottom. Liberty is quick to attempt to pin his opponent yet again. Finding leverage, he's able to get around the opponent's waist, bring him down. Lee Summon North is now sprawled out against the mat. Liberty attempting a half Nelson. Getting hold of his arm. However, Lee Summon North was able to find a bit of leverage to get back up. It's without doubt that unless Lee Summon North can find a way to turn the tide, this one is in Liberty's favor. Liberty unable to find leverage. Lee Summon North attempting to ride out the remaining 5 seconds of this period. With 2, 1. That's on the second period, folks. Liberty up by 9. Lee Summon North 1. Both of them starting in a neutral position. Currently, Liberty has considerable speed on his opponent, allowing him to get an early takedown from a headlock. Grabbing onto his ankle, he finds leverage to get to the back. However, Lee Summon North is able to fight him off. 2 counts for the takedown. Score now 11-1.
Ryder is currently circling around him and using his great speed.
Liberty allows him to get back up for a better takedown opportunity, which he executes successfully. Lee Summon North now flat against the mat yet again as Liberty finds an opportunity to attempt to pin his opponent.
Less than a minute left.
Searching for an opening between his leg. Liberty tries. It appears that Liberty's letting his opponent back up. Opportunity for a better takedown and or to gain more points in Liberty's favor. As he goes for a double leg, he's able to get his opponent down. Now 13-0. 13-2, apologies, folks. Opponent out of bounds. 33 seconds left on the match. Liberty up by 10, 13-3.
Fieldhouse is currently struggling. Looks like he's out of breath. Cooper Ryder is currently working him.
Liberty already back on top. Attempting another half Nelson. Really fighting for this pin against his opponent. 15-3 is the score with 20 seconds remaining. And he's able to do so successfully. 4 on the count, 5 on the count. However, Lee Summit North fights it off, bringing it to a near fall. 5 seconds left in the match. Score now 24-3 due to the near falls called on his opponent. Liberty takes the first matchup of the night over Lee Summit North, 24-3.
The next match is at 132 pounds. For Lee Summit North, Andrew Abernathy. And for Liberty, Jaden Halter.
Now, Grace, correct me if you're wrong, but Jaden Halter is actually your younger brother, is that correct?
Yes, indeed. Jaden Halter is my younger brother, and he has some big shoes to fill considering our older bro is currently at jury wrestling.
Looks like he's off to a good start, however. Very quick on his feet, is able to secure a single leg on his opponent, fighting off.
He is looking good today.
If he can break free of his opponent's grasp, it's going to count for a takedown, which it did. 2-0
And he's holding
within the first 20 seconds.
Scrambling.
His opponent already on his back. Liberty tries to find an opportunity to pin, which he does so successfully, bringing him to a near fall. And yet again, Liberty is making this very difficult for Lee Summit North. And within the first 40 seconds of the match, there are considerable odds in Liberty's favor between this matchup. The ref currently searching to see if his shoulder is down, and it is.
He got the pin!
That is a 58-second pin from Liberty's Jaden Halter. A quick matchup indeed.
At 138 pounds.
Currently
For
having
Lee
a
Summit
prod
North,
sister.
Peyton Cole. And for Liberty, Pietro Davis.
At 138 pounds, we have Lee Summit North's Peyton Cole and Liberty's Pietro Davis. Off to a quick start as well. It's a matchup between two juniors as they fight for points for their team. Off the bat, you can see both teams are fairly matched. Lee Summit North gets the double leg, getting a takedown on his Liberty opponent. Score is now 0-2 in Lee Summit North's favor.
But currently, the Blue Jays team is winning 11 against 0.
That is correct, Grace. 11-0 is the current score between the two teams. However, this one is currently in the favor of Lee Summit North, possibly being able to change the tide of this matchup so far.
Very true.
Liberty attempting to find an escape. However, Lee Summit North is able to secure his head, bringing him down for a pin already. 1 second faster than the last matchup. This was a 57-second pin for Lee Summit North, and is enough to change the tide for them. Now the score is 11-6.
For Lee Summit North, Seth Cooper. And for Liberty, Gavin Linsman.
At 144, another matchup between the two 144-pound junior opponents.
Gavin is coming off of a first place win at Donnybrook this past weekend.
Congratulations, Gavin. Seems that skill is reflecting currently, as within the first 5 seconds he already got a takedown on his opponent, letting him back up for the opportunity for more points.
He is looking very strong on the mat and looks very consistent.
Liberty secures a headlock, attempting to get behind his opponent for yet another takedown.
He is circling.
Score now 2-1 due to Lee Summit North's escape. Liberty acting quickly, trying to find an opportunity to take the takedown on Lee Summit North. Opponent now back up. Liberty attempts to sprawl out, however, Lee
This is a
Summit
very
North is
good
able to
matchup.
grasp onto his leg. Liberty, however,
Seth
can turn that around
Hooper
for
is
their
staying
favor.
right with him.
He is. This is certainly a fair matchup so far. Minute gone and the score is 4-11. Or 4-1, forgive me.
I'll try to. Now what is going on
Both
here?
wrestlers were pretty tangled up there with Liberty on top, however Lee Summit North having a grasp on his leg below him. Basically putting them both in a lock.
Gavin's coming off rather aggressive after that stop.
Liberty is able to stay behind his opponent, however, he is doing a great job of keeping the momentum in his favor. Attempting to flatten out Lee Summit North, he looks for an opportunity to turn his opponent around for the pin.
Hooper is just flopping his legs around.
Finding an opportunity as Lee Summit North lifts his head, Liberty's able to wrap it around, using this momentum to possibly go for a pin. He armbars his opponent, but the time runs out just before he's able to get a near fall on it. Score still 4-1. Liberty's still up 11-6. We enter the second period. Lee Summit North is choosing top, putting Liberty on the bottom. An opportunity for an escape or a pin, we'll have to see. Liberty's able to get to his feet. However, Lee Summit North brings him down, but gets himself on his own back, putting the odds in Liberty's favor. That could have been a fatal error, Grace. That was a near fall for Lee Summit North off of his own takedown. Score now 6-1. (9-1) is now the score, as Liberty just attempts to keep the momentum on his side, looking for an opportunity to pin. Liberty trying to find a gap in his arms, goes for the hips instead, where he's able to get Lee Summit North on his back. Lee Summit North attempts to bridge, bringing him to a near fall of 5 seconds. Liberty going for an armbar yet again. Previous near fall counted for 3 points. Score now 12-1. 50 seconds remaining in the second period.
Oh, that is my favorite move.
Liberty allows Lee Summit North to get back up, only to take him down yet again.
I like to call it the flopping fish.
It's a good nickname, Grace. Refs blow whistle. Penalty of some sort. Lee Summit North is on bottom. Perhaps they were out of bounds. Liberty's on top, being able to sprawl out his opponent early on with 20 seconds remaining in the second period. Liberty now much more aggressive to find an opening on his opponent as he twists him around, going for a pin. Ref counting down 3, 4, and that's a pin.
Another pin for Liberty.
Pin for Liberty right there, bringing our score up 17-6 against Lee Summit North. That was definitely a tough matchup. Grace, what are your thoughts?
I thought it was great. I thought he was hanging in there during the
At
first period.
150
I thought he was
Absolutely.
probably losing his
for Lee
breath.
Summit North, Colton Baxter.
It's impressive to see that all of these men who wrestle supply a great amount of speed, but strength as well.
Colby McLean is certainly getting warmed up.
Colby McLean is a transfer from Smithville High School and a pretty decorated wrestler. I'm quite excited to see this matchup. Facing off against Colton Baxter at 150 pounds. You could tell he's very hyped.
I love the energy flowing.
Colby analyzes his opponent. Lee Summit North is able to secure the leg early on, though. Coming out with much more aggression than Liberty. Liberty's able to break free. Score now 1-2. Liberty's able to secure a single leg, lifting his opponent entirely and bringing him down for a takedown, now making the score 3-2.
The flopping fish.
Both of these are not only strong but fast wrestlers as Colby McLean tries to find an opening to pin his opponent.
Colby McLean is looking very strong out there as he keeps circling his opponent. And he currently has his arms tied back.
Golden is no joke, however, making it quite difficult for Colby to find any opening, but there might be a pin. Pinning him for 4, 5, counting as a near fall. Colby is applying lots of pressure on his opponent, and that is a pin. 1 second faster than the 57-second pin and 2 faster than the 58. Colby McLean was able to pin his Lee Summit opponent in 56 seconds. With 1 minute 4 seconds remaining.
I'm no scholar, but I'm certainly picking up on a pattern with our pins.
Sophomore Carson Rodick is now facing off against Luke from Lee Summit North Jr. at 157 pounds.
Luke is looking very energetic as he keeps dodging him.
Lee Summit North with a well-executed sprawl, now having an armbar around Liberty. Liberty is able to get out of that, however, both now back in the neutral position. Ref stops. Both wrestlers returning to the middle of the mat, back in the neutral position. Very explosive wrestlers on the mat right now. You can notice they take their time with their attacks, and then when they do so, it's quick.
And that's what sets them apart from so many high school teams.
Absolutely. It's impressive to see as the weight increases, they don't lose any speed or stamina. You'll have wrestlers even at 185 pounds or 200 pounds that are able to be just as explosive as their teammates in 130. Liberty almost out of bounds here. Score still 0-0. 57 seconds left in the match. Liberty attempts to get up, at least Summit North secures his leg, now bringing him back down for yet another takedown. Liberty on his side, currently fighting against the pin as Lee Summit North pushes him into it. Grasping around his arm, Lee Summit North gains momentum and gets Liberty on his back.
And that is a pin for Lee Summit North.
That was a huge win for Lee Summit North, as you can hear not only the audience but their teammates cheering very loudly. Score now 23-12. Liberty still in favor.
At 165 pounds, for Lee Summit North, Gage Trammell. And for Liberty, Isaiah Hung.
Now entering the 165-pound weight range, we have senior Gage Trammell from Lee Summit North facing off against sophomore Isaiah Hung from Liberty. A senior versus sophomore matchup. Despite the difference in grades, they are very, very well-ranked wrestlers, and you could tell off the bat that they are not only explosive but fast. Very good match for each other. Liberty securing a headlock, trying to get behind his opponent for a takedown, which he does so successfully. Score now 2-0, Liberty. Lee Summit North sprawls out but is able to get back to his knees as he looks for an escape. Liberty supplying the pressure on him regardless. Grace, I don't know about you, but I can see this match going either way.
Me too.
Though I may have to retract that statement, as this might be an early pin, earliest of the night. However, Lee Summit North is able to escape the 3-point near fall to Liberty and score now 5-0.
Blue Jays have 23 and Lee Summit North has 12.
That's correct. They are out of bounds, however. A move possibly done on purpose by Lee Summit North to give him another opportunity to turn the tide. Those early mistakes can really kill you in a game like wrestling.
Owen Barnhill is quickly rushing to the mat as he is ready for
That
this.
was an aggressive takedown. You could hear that even from where we're at. Lee Summit North trying to stay on his knees as Liberty attempts to sprawl him out, which he does, getting him on his back. 3 seconds, 3-second near fall. And that's a pin for Liberty.
Another pin.
With 46 seconds left in the first period, that's a pin for Liberty, now amping the score up to 29-12, still in Liberty's favor. Grace, what have your thoughts been on the matchup so far tonight?
You know, it's a
Lee
great
Summit North is
matchup.
open. For Liberty, Peyton
I was hoping Lisa McNorth would give them more of a run for their money, as Liberty needs to sometimes be
At
humbled.
190 pounds, for Lisa North, Zach Coetzee.
Now, that was one of those open matches I mentioned earlier, Grace, ones that would be detrimental to the score. You can see it is now 35-12. Just having two open slots gives Liberty a huge advantage over their opponent, as you just witnessed.
Well, we currently have a senior against a freshman, so we should see how the years of experience will show on the mat.
Now, Liberty's freshman Donovan is no joke either. Very experienced wrestler with lots of speed and lots of strength. Despite being only a freshman, he's putting up a fight against his senior opponent, and I can still see this match going either way. However, Lee Summit North gets the takedown. Lee Summit North stays on top of his Liberty opponent, however, he falls out of bounds, bringing them both back into the center of the mat. Liberty now on bottom. Liberty attempting an early up, however, is taken down by his Lee Summit North opponent. Donovan fighting off against Zach as he attempts to go for a pin. If you notice his arm around his leg, the other one around his head as he goes for a cradle, a really effective move. However, Donovan is doing a great job of holding this off. That being said, score is currently in Lee Summit North's favor, 0-2. 50 seconds left on the first period. Liberty's Donovan currently trying to do what he can to hold off his opponent, possibly waiting for an opportunity to break three and turn the tide of this matchup. Meanwhile, Lee Summit North's Zach Coetzee is looking for an opportunity to pin his opponent. However, Donovan is making it quite difficult, sprawling his arm out and keeping
Zach
his
is
weight
looking
low.
quite strong on top.
Ten seconds left in the matchup. There hasn't been much movement on either side. Score is still 0-2. Lee Summit North in favor.
This is a great experience for Donovan Hodges, as he is a freshman and he's getting time on varsity.
Absolutely. Not only that, but against a decorated opponent himself. Lee Summit North chooses to be on bottom. Liberty now on top. We can see if this can turn the tide for Liberty's favor. Lee Summit North going for an early reversal into a takedown. That's a surplus of points for Lee Summit North there. Now bringing the score 0-4. And though we're in the same position as the first period ended, you could see there's much more aggression coming from Lee Summit North's side, making things a lot more difficult for Donovan. Donovan almost out of bounds, possibly trying to scoot his way out in order to turn the tide.
Thank you to our 31 viewers watching.
We always appreciate your views.
And while you're here, stream KLHS.
Now, Grace, I wonder, no matter how this match goes, I'm sure Donovan himself feels pretty accomplished regardless, being on varsity and facing off against a decorated senior.
I mean, I would too. Like, this is a great opportunity and he's going to learn so much from this.
Though I'll be gone by this time, I'm interested to see where this man's career goes by the time he's a senior. Donovan now on bottom yet again. A minute left for an opportunity to get up. However, Lee Summit North is able to take him down. Now, Grace, if you've been looking, you'll see that Zach is doing a great job of applying pressure on Liberty's Donovan.
Yes, he is, but Donovan is putting up a fight.
That is true. He's making it quite difficult to get pushed over, keeping his hips low and his weight centered to the mat. He's making it very difficult for Lee Summit North's Zach Coetzee to get him anywhere near on his back. Knock on wood, I didn't just jinx it, as it looks like Donovan's almost kind of tipping over as he raises his hips. Centers himself to the mat yet again. Zach currently trying to put pressure on his opponent's head and an opportunity to find himself a half Nelson, which he does so successfully, however reverts to his waist instead. 10 seconds left in the second period, and he finds the half Nelson, hoping to make something out of it with the remaining 5 seconds. However, he lets go anyway. And with that, it's the end of the second period with no change in score, 0-4 in Lee Summit North's favor. It's been quite the static match so far. Both start in the neutral position. This could be a turning point for either team. Donovan is able to put the pressure on his opponent, securing a headlock, but he is able to escape back to the neutral position. You can see a little bit more aggression coming from Zach than Donovan as he goes for a single leg takedown, but they fall out of bounds. 1:30 left on the clock. Grace, as I mentioned before, I can really see this match going either way, even in the third period with 1:30 remaining.
I'm not going to lie, Sam, I do not agree with you. I think Lee Summit North has this match under their belt.
I wouldn't say that so confidently, Grace. Lee Summit North is able to get his leg, however. But if Donovan can find an opening, it'll be an opportunity for him to get behind his opponent.
Very true.
However, this is not looking good for Liberty's Donovan. So Lee Summit North finally finds that momentum to get him on his back like he wanted. Donovan trying to get himself out of bounds for another chance. Counting for multiple near falls. Out of bounds, but the score is now 0-6. I apologize, the score is now 0-8. Opponents meeting in the middle again. 50 seconds left in the third period. Donovan on bottom yet again.
They both look very out of breath as this match is taking their breath away.
Absolutely, Grace. Now, if you notice, they haven't been moving very fast, but you need to bear in mind that this is an 190-pound matchup, and there's lots of strength and force involved in both of these wrestlers.
Very true,
Donovan
Sam.
stands up, but is brought down yet again by Lee Summit North Zach. At this point, Zach is no longer trying to find a severe opening, rather is riding it out to win by 8 points. With 15 seconds remaining, I must say this has been a pretty even match thus far. However, it looks like, Grace, your initial assumption was correct, and it looks like Lee Summit North will be taking tonight's matchup. As he goes for another near fall. Lee Summit North takes this matchup 8-0 against Liberty's freshman Donovan.
15 pounds for Lee Summit North and Natalia.
35 Blue Jays,
And
16
for
Lee
Liberty,
Summit North.
Brooks Lawson.
215-pound matchup against freshman Brooke Lawson from Liberty and junior Lee Summit North Hank.
Once again, this is a great opportunity for this freshman as he's getting to experience varsity time on the mat.
So far, he's been holding his own very well, already securing his opponent's leg. You can see a huge difference in speed from the last matchup. Lee Summit North Hank is able to get behind him for a takedown, however. Score is now 0-2 in Lee Summit North's favor. Liberty attempting to get back up. Lee Summit North riding out his opponent, finding a good opportunity. Liberty's back up, back in the neutral position. Score now 1-2. Lee Summit North's favor as both of them duel it out. You can see both wrestlers analyzing their opponent, looking for the perfect opportunity to go for a takedown. Both of them are doing a fantastic job of staying low. However, Lee Summit North's Hank is able to go in for a double leg takedown. That's another 2 points for Lee Summit North, now bringing the score 4-1. Liberty on his back, and that is a pin for Lee Summit North. Somewhat turning the tide for Lee Summit North as the score is now 35-22 with yet another pin.
At 285 pounds, Lee Summit North is open. For Liberty, Trenton
As I mentioned earlier, Grace, this is one of those open matches that are really going to prove to be in Liberty's favor.
At 106 pounds,
Bringing the score 41 to 22.
and for Liberty,
Nearly double the score.
Dunn.
Now this is our lightest matchup of the night and possibly one of our quickest. We have freshman K. Dunn facing off against sophomore Zach Shearer in 106 pounds. Liberty already doing a great job of getting behind his opponent and already almost getting him on his back. Lee Summit North is fighting off well, however. Now, Grace, one thing to notice is despite these wrestlers lightweight, both of them are insanely strong, being able to move each other around like that on the mat.
Very true. I might need some of their strength one day.
Would be nice.
It would be nice.
Lee Summit North gets back up. Both opponents now in the neutral position. As both of them quickly look for an opportunity to take them down. Lee Summit North out of bounds. You'll notice one thing at this lighter weight class is that both opponents are very good at sprawling out, getting out of those quick attacks from their opponent.
The score is currently 41 Blue Jays.
Liberty was
and
able to
22
get an
to
arm
Lee Summit
throw on
North.
him. However, Lee Summit North has a hold of his leg, preventing him from getting the points for the takedown just yet.
It looks like they got the clock all messed up.
There's the takedown. Score now 2-1 Liberty. Liberty takes his time. However, Lee Summit North is able to get back up quickly. Score is now 4-1, 4-2 probably from the escape here in a second. Now you can see the speed behind that sprawl. The moment he thought he was going to attack, he dove out. But that is an ankle pick from Liberty. Yet another takedown, bringing the score 6-1 in Liberty's favor. Liberty's able to get his arm behind him on his back, going for a half Nelson. And that is a pin for Liberty. Final score 6-2. Liberty wins by pin. Score is now 47-22.
At 113 pounds, for Lee Summit North, Henry Cole, and for Liberty, Devin Harrison.
A freshman from Lee Summit North and a sophomore from Liberty, Devin Harrison. Another quick matchup this is going to be. A quick start as both of them try to find an opening to take their opponent down. Liberty finding his opponent's leg, getting probably the quickest takedown of tonight within the first 8 seconds. Liberty lets his opponent get up and puts him back down, trying to find more momentum to pin his opponent. Lee Summit North is doing a great job of keeping his arms close, however, making it hard for Liberty to get that leverage. Liberty flips his opponent over, now on his back. A risky move for sure as it puts both opponents on their back, shoulders facing the mat. We've seen it before. That move can be used to turn the tide for either team. Liberty yet again, getting behind his opponent, letting him up, keeping the pressure on him, looking for a better takedown. A greater opportunity for him to take his opponent down, find leverage and pin him. Score now 2-1 with 47 seconds remaining in the first period. Opposed to heavier matches, you don't see much stalling in these lighter weight matches, as the wrestlers are normally very, very quick on their feet and very explosive. Going for another single leg. However, Lee Summit North is able to secure himself around his waist, keeping his shoulders off the mat. Liberty's able to break free, however, now getting his opponent's shoulders to the mat. That's a 2 countdown. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. And that's a near fall for Liberty, as Lee Summit North is able to get back out in the nick of time. 7-1 is now the score with 5 seconds remaining in the first period. And that's the first period. Grace, what are your thoughts on these lighter weight matches as opposed to the heavier matches that we started off tonight with?
I think they move a lot quicker. And I think these are more of an equal matchup,
I would agree.
considering the heavyweights. It kind of just differs on where the weight is located.
Liberty going for an early escape, however, he's brought back down by his Lee Summit North opponent. Liberty's Devin has been doing a great job of finding openings in his opponent. Getting onto his leg again, going for a single leg. However, Lee Summit North's Henry Cole is doing a great job of fighting off against these pins. That's 2 points. Possible pin we're looking at here, folks. And that's a pin for Liberty. Yet another pin for Liberty. A great matchup between Lee Summit North's Henry Cole and Liberty's Devin Harrison.
Devin Harrison is a very talented individual, and I can't wait to see where he goes with his
For
career.
Lee Summit North, Charlie Dykes. And for Liberty, Hunter Taylor.
Now Liberty's junior Hunter Taylor is absolutely no joke, being a national freestyle champion committed to North Carolina as a D1 wrestler, one of the top wrestling schools in the nation. Surely we'll see that tonight. Hunter doing a great job of defending himself from his opponent. Charlie looking for more openings than Hunter. However, he's able to secure this and turn it in his favor. At 120 pounds, you can see a significant amount of strength and speed from both opponents on the mat. As Charlie Dykes is no joke, however. Out of bounds, bringing it back to the center. Score is still 0-0 with 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining in the matchup.
Sam, seems like you're struggling over there.
I haven't had water in an hour and a half.
When?
Now that's a missed takedown from Hunter Taylor. Conserving his energy. You could tell he's taking things slow. Thank you for the water, Grace.
You're welcome.
You could tell he's
Mom duties.
both are stuck in the neutral position, trying to secure a headlock on both sides of things. For as decorated as a wrestler as Hunter Taylor is, Charlie's doing a great job of holding him off right now.
I was just thinking that.
30 seconds remaining in the period. Back to the neutral position. Both look for an opening.
I watched Charlie Dykes perform last year, and he was a very talented young wrestler, and it's clear to see that he's only gotten better.
I don't think anyone would hesitate to say that this is going to be one of our prime matchups from tonight. Score still 0-0 at the end of the first period. Two very tough wrestlers. I could see this going either way, Grace. Hunter now starting on bottom. That's a false start. This could turn the momentum for either side. Opposed to going for a quick get-up, Hunter Taylor decides to wait it out, find a better opportunity. Charlie doing what he can to ride, attempting to take down his opponent, flatten him out to the mat, and find an opportunity to pin. It appears that Hunter has found a good opportunity to try to break out. Charlie now bringing him back down. In a match between such talented wrestlers, it very well could be a game of points. Hence why they're playing it a bit more cautiously than previous matches. Score still 0-0 out of bounds. 120 remaining on the matchup. Hunter Taylor on bottom. The ref calls it yet again. You can see the coach from Lee Summit North was angry at the last call. Matchup against yet again. Hunter Taylor trying to find an opening. Getting a hold of Lee Summit North's leg, he could turn this into an opportunity to get some points. The first of the night. A minute has passed in the second period, and there's already no clear winner. No points on either side yet. Liberty was able to secure a point. Score is now 1-0 with 50 seconds remaining in the second period. Between two very evenly matched, talented wrestlers, this can still go anyway. Now, Grace, I'm sure you'd agree with me when I say that wrestling is very much a game of mistakes, and doing the wrong move can lead to a loss almost instantly.
Very true.
Hunter goes for a takedown on his opponent, however, they are out of bounds. That being said, it still counted for 2 points, putting Hunter up by 3 against Liberty North's, or Lee Summit North's Charlie. Lee Summit North's Charlie is able to get a reversal with 5 seconds remaining. However, he's unable to get behind Hunter, therefore not counting for points. Liberty's still up 3-0. We enter the third period with Hunter Taylor on top, and Lee Summit North's Charlie on bottom. Hunter Taylor did a great job of flattening out Charlie. Keeping the pressure on him. 1:35 remaining in the third period, with the score slightly in Liberty's favor. Now, if you look closely, you can see Charlie has a hold of Hunter's leg, making things difficult for both sides.
We now have 1 minute left in the third match.
Score is now 3-0. Unchanging as both find an opportunity to strike. Now, Grace, the silence in the gym is almost eerie as both teams watch a very, very important match between two decorated wrestlers.
Because I think everyone knows that this could go either way.
Very much so.
Everyone is at the edge of their seats.
There's no greater mistake than cheering too early in a sport like this. 30 seconds remaining in the third period. Hunter's still on top, possibly attempting to ride it out. However, we could see more aggressive movements coming from Liberty. Perhaps he's searching for a pin in the remaining 21 seconds left of the match. Lee Summit North possibly looking for an opportunity to use his own mistakes against him and reverse the tide of this matchup. 10 seconds remaining. Liberty still 3 points above. Hunter now has 5 seconds to ride it out. And what's almost an escape from Lee Summit North has become a win for Liberty. Not by pin, but by score, 3-0. Hunter Taylor has taken the win over Charlie from Lee Summit North.
The final score, Liberty 56, Lee Summit North 22.
And that concludes tonight's matchup. Final score is Liberty's 56 and Lee Summit North has 22. That was a great matchup.
I was just thinking that.
All right, folks, this has been Sam Brisbane from KLHS.
And Grace Halter, thanks for